Test, 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 test. Testing. Test, 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 test. Is there a way for me to like quickly off this while I go to the bathroom and like out there or no? Or just like take it off?
You can take it off once you're good.
Other one is like recording, it's fine, right? So I go to the bathroom.
I'm just gonna give you the footage though.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to mess with that, you can. You're all good.
it all just talking?
Testing, testing, testing the mic.
Use it on that laptop. Yeah, fine by me. I'll be here. Cool. So we'll do a mic on this side, a mic on that side, so we don't have to like pass around the podium, I think. And you have like, look, this is our alumni panel here from various universities.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, so you'll be at the podium. Yeah,
Testing, testing.
You ready? You're gonna be
Testing.
great. 5 alumni. Yep. Oh, Peter. Podium might have been. And one for Q&A. So the questions will come from the podium, and then it's pretty freewheeling. Yeah, so it's like, here's a question, and they ask it. It's more of a panel conversation. Naomi, if we're going to put Peter here, should you switch with Jason?
I'm okay either way. They just sat that way, but yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But that's also in view, so I think it's okay. Oh, but
if you're next to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we cut it. But
Okay.
I think we can manage.
Okay.
You can see.
Oh, I
this
see.
is-
Yeah, oh, that's probably fine.
That's the
Okay.
final one.
And then then we don't go like.
So here you can see it, but don't worry, because here
Got it.
is
Brilliant.
the cut one.
And that way we don't. If I put Jason over here, then we got boys and girls, and it feels a very middle school dance.
Okay, perfect. I think everyone's just coming back from a lunch, so we'll give everyone a few minutes to get seated, and then the panel discussion will get started. Thank you all for your patience. I know we're a few minutes behind schedule. Yeah, you can sit here. And we cut. I said we cut, so it's all good.
Oh, what?
We cut for the
Oh,
live stream.
I'm not,
so
yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to
no worries, no worries.
cause any problem with my company. You know,
No worries.
Companies get kind of goofy, right? Who's asking the questions?
I think we'll have our student moderator.
I make up my answers on the fly.
your face is a little covered by this. If you want, you can just scoot a little forward. It's a little there. You might want to just scoot a tiny bit forward, but just to give you a heads up. Yeah, maybe a little more because.
Here, and hopefully this might be
Okay.
Yeah. It's not.
Ta-da. Yeah, because we're live streaming today, so we're all live. Yeah, from Kavi Global. Yeah, Yuri's one of the new professors. One of the new professors. That's what I know. Coordinating some of the conference.
So not running the program, which is teaching.
Right, Diego's still running it. Yeah. No worries. You can, because we're still just setting up, I think. We're waiting. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
Our first very tall person. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, welcome back. Hope everyone have a great lunch and discussions. And now we'll go moving to the next section, our alumni panel. So today we are honored to invite our greatest 5 MLDS MSIA alumni from all different industries to our panel. We'll definitely talking about our topic, Gen AI, through the next 30 minutes. But now we'll just pause for a while to let them introduce themselves, to let us know about them more. Yeah.
Test? There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jason Summer. I am a solution architect at Snowflake, specialized in artificial intelligence. To give you some background on what my team does, we're called the Solution Innovation Team. So we partner with high-value Snowflake customers to incubate Gen AI solutions. Good to be here and good to see all of you today.
Hi everyone, my name is Xiao Yun and I am a data scientist at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. I am from the provider insights side, meaning we generate the insights for our providers. I am from class of 2022, so hi, great to be back. Nice to meet you all.
Hi everyone, my name is Alice Dow. I'm a data science instructor. I teach classes at Northwestern, O'Reilly, Data Analytics, and I also wrote the book, SQL Pocket Guide. So I love Python and SQL and all this coding. Thanks for the round of applause. I am from the Alpha class, so I was from the first class, 2013, and I'm very happy to be here today.
Woo. Hi everyone, Naomi here, head of Kavi Labs at Kavi Global, a local data analytics and AI firm. We do cross-industry data analytics and AI consulting, and really excited to share a lot of the cross-industry insights and implementations of how they're using generative AI today. I was a class of 2019.
Good afternoon, I'm Peter Schmidt, a lead data scientist presently focused on people analytics. I am part of the beta class, MSIA as we like to call it, which is near and dear to my heart. Now you're MLDS, so that's specialty running.
I I think Diego's here now.
Yeah. Let's get another round of applause to our speakers today. Thanks for joining. So our first question is, how have you leveraged like generative AI or LLMs in your work, and how often do you use them for help with coding, and any specific applications or projects that you can share with our audience today? Yep.
So, working now? Yeah. I would say the vast majority of my work, the things I deliver to customers, is Gen AI. So my applications I'm developing are end-to-end Gen AI solutions. You can think of chat with your data experience, performing questions across massive repositories of documents. For a manufacturing company, we just built a chat with your data chatbot where they were asking proprietary manufacturing documents, questions about the manufacturing processes, patents, that sort of thing. Each one of these about 6 months to build, and it's primarily what we're focusing on in my role at Snowflake.
My role right now, my role right now at Blue Cross Blue Shield, we are a healthcare company, and as you can imagine, healthcare is a little bit slow, only because of the legal, and we have a lot of business protected information that we cannot really send it into ChatGPT to process. We just can't have that happen. We are definitely, I would say, more of my day-to-day is still heavily emphasized on the analytics and the machine learning, that side, not on the LLM and Gen AI, but we have a department that's solely there to help us to move forward on the Gen AI part. On my team, there's also initiatives on generative AI usage. I cannot give the specific details on what we're doing, but we are using it to help us with some contracting problems. We're using it on customer service. So we're moving there, but it just takes time.
So for me, I do a lot of content creation. So I create curriculum, I also create videos or posts and things like that. And originally when I started using ChatGPT, I was very hesitant, and I started using it a lot for coding. But now I use it for almost everything. So I'm like, hey, generate me a post, summarize this meeting for me, come up with a new data set. And I feel like it's, at first I was really hesitant if it was okay, but I think it's become just a natural part of the data science workflow. And it's absolutely okay. Earlier when the presenters talked about that, like 0 to 5, I think it's completely fine to do that and then just add in creativity to it. So
Thank you. I would echo those thoughts. I think I use it pretty much every day in every way. So in my role, I have a lot of marketing responsibilities, sales responsibilities, as well as business development responsibilities. And I would say I find it quite useful in all of those areas. So similar to you in creating marketing content, it is so fun to brainstorm with, even from text, from images as well. If you guys have played around with Copilot, the image generation is pretty fun. So I found it as a great tool. Even from a sales side, you can think about getting some great ideas from it for even crafting some pricing negotiation emails per se. So I would say I've had a lot of fun, a lot of different use cases there. We are also using it on the data science side. There are a lot of practical problems. For example, a lot of enterprises are doing big migrations. So for example, sometimes SAS to Python. So we've used generative AI in that case, and we find it can really get maybe 60% of the way. And then of course you need your data scientist in the loop who's gonna come in and make sure the column names and other are making sense. And then we see a lot of different solutions, Gen AI being embedded into different processes, intelligent apps from the client side. So you'll hear some more on the manufacturing side in my talk later, but some really exciting use cases. In the healthcare side, there's a lot of opportunity to integrate NLP and understand, what's happening with the doctor and nurse interaction with the patient to automatically document that and then even make recommendations going forward on how to handle that care pathway. So a lot of exciting things emerging across a lot of the different industries, and I think we'll continue to hear about it on the panel.
So I'm gonna answer this question from the lens of being in a corporate environment. So when did ChatGPT was first made available? Roughly November 2022, right? So that's only 18 months time. So what was my experience with it? Well, outside of initial excitement, you're in a corporate environment and it's then met with risk aversion and fear, right? So the first probably 9 months of that journey was under, I would call, lockdown, right? Tighten up the network, no one has access to it, you can't get to ChatGPT, you can't actually leverage these large language models, right? That's just kind of the reality of the situation. But then things get a little bit more relaxed and you start having internal access to things, internal access to, say, Copilot for code assist, right? So if you look at kind of that spectrum of the multimodal capabilities of, content generation and summarization and code assist and Q&A, right? So a lot of the focus was less on the generation side, which, as you can imagine, has lots of legal issues within a corporate environment, but being able to open it up for Q&A or assist with code has been mainly my experience with that. But what I would challenge you, though, at least what I found, is a lot of times we like to use ChatGPT. Maybe you're going to use it for some Q&A, but a lot of times you use it for Q&A on topics that you're not an expert on, right? So you might get a response, and you don't really know whether that's a good response. You don't know if there's errors in that response. So I challenge you, flip the script. Start using it in the areas where you're an expert on, and actually start litmus testing what those answers that you're getting back are. And I think you might be surprised, because I've used it recently, for Q&A on code assist. Maybe I have hit a hurdle in some data science exercise, and I just need that little boost. And you might ask it something, and then you look at the answer, and you're like, "You're wrong," and it comes back, "You're right, I'm wrong," and it gives you some other response back. But you have to be really conscious of what you're using that for, and to ensure that it's helping you in a kind of an ancillary fashion.
We can see that there are a lot of great applications in the different business world. And I also recall our first new cohorts joined MLDS. One of the classmates just say whether we were able to use the ChatGPT for our class assignment projects. This is a very typical question, but we're very honored that we can use as a part of our study, because we can see a lot of business leaders here says that it is very important to know how to use it in the business real life. And our first step is to try to use that in our class assignments, and then maybe after gaining more industry experiences, we're definitely trying to transfer the skills to incorporate ChatGPT to the future business groups. So yeah, that's it. So our next question is, as the generative AI grows, how do you stay current with the advances in generative AI? Because we have beta cohorts here, and when there's no ChatGPT at that time. So I'm just wondering how to keep up with that, and what skill or knowledge gaps have you had to fulfill in? So this time, let's go around for this way.
So the first thing is you have to have a willingness to take the time to expand your own skill set, right? So you have to make time for it. I'll go back to the corporate environment, right? We have a very, very, very active Slack channel specific to Gen AI, and that's where you can literally, on a daily basis, I couldn't even keep up with the content that gets posted in that Slack channel, but you can at least selectively. It might be a good use to summarize that Slack channel. Using Gen AI, so you can kind of But I would say between those are kind of the two.
Thank you. I would say it's critical to keep playing around. You got to get your hands in there. And these days it's so fun. It's so easy, right, with the conversational UI. So I think ChatGPT, Copilot, Bard, all the others, you just got to get in there and spend some time and see how you can apply it. And then I think the more you use it, the more you kind of naturally improve your prompt engineering and the better results that you can extract out of it and the more ideas you'll have for different applications in your life, in your business. But yes, I think to echo some important thoughts here, we do see some slower adoption in the enterprises as we need to make sure that we're safeguarding the data. So some enterprises we saw eager to get into it have had some data leaks and things going on. So we need to make sure first that we have an enterprise strategy, and then I think you can enable your employees.
Yeah, I agree with both of those things. I'll just add that I think one of the challenges now is that there's so many new things coming out every week that it's really impossible to stay up to date with everything. And I just want to say, like, everyone feels that way, even the experts. So I think for me, at the beginning, when I was trying to stay up with everything, I was getting really overwhelmed because my specialty is natural language processing, and over the past 5-10 years, it just changes so quickly. And so what my strategy has been is, yes, I stay up to date with everything at a surface level through Slack channels, conferences, LinkedIn, but then I'm also okay if I don't know things that deeply. So it's okay if I just know how to talk about in conversation, but then when I need to use something, then I do a deep dive. And that's kind of like helped me just be okay with not knowing everything all the time. And then doing that deep dive really is just playing around with it. And there's just so many ways to learn out there these days that you'll absolutely be fine. But I would say, yeah, don't get too overwhelmed.
I definitely echo that. I think I personally have a little of a FOMO personality. I really fear of missing out on a lot of conversations about this cool topics. And what happened Wednesday at lunch at work is that people just start talking about the view model. Did you see that demo from Google and all of that? I feel like yes, don't get very panicked or like stressed about anything of those. Like when you get to work, people will start talking about it, and you will start picking it up. Also, your team will start adapting some of the solutions. You'll be required to know the deep down what's going on, what's the architect, everything. So just feel like there's always a way to learn things, and always a way to know what to learn. Not saying that proactively learning it is not important, but yeah, I feel like the brilliant people that are going to surround you will give you another way to learn things.
I think this is a bit of the golden question in this industry. How do you stay up to date? The most important words of wisdom I can give is be wary of anyone who describes themselves as a large language model expert. I know the irony of saying this with a panel of large language model experts. I mean, I think just to stay up to date, for me, honestly, podcasts, I will listen to 1 to 2 podcasts a day during downtime. This stuff changes on a 24-hour basis, and these podcasts are up to date, frankly. And then to what Naomi said about dabbling, look out on websites, look at Medium, see something that looks fun, and then make it better, make it enterprise grade. There are tons of demos out there. They are just demos. If you can make one of those production level, that is cutting edge and honestly an amazing and great experience. So I would challenge you all to try something like that.
Yeah, very great and insightful advice. And I also recall, I'm very equal with the don't be panicked this topic, because last night I have a nightmare that some of the AI robots speak Chinese dialects to me and yell at me, which is very crazy. Anyway. Okay, so the next question. So how do you guys see the intersection of data science and generative AI evolving in the future? Which is more open-ended questions, and feel free to drop in at any sequences.
So some items that come to mind, I think the will be done through Gen AI agents. So you think about one interface that is actually kicking off and calling multiple machine learning models to orchestrate a whole ecosystem of predictions. That's something I'm very much looking forward to.
My experience is a little bit different than Jason's. I work at a healthcare company, and as you can tell, we're the consumer of those large language models. We don't build them ourselves. With that saying, we also don't have a lot of people like, okay, this person is specialized in LLM, and this person is specialized in machine learning. We don't have the separation, at least not now. With that saying, my view is that things will kind of like select on its own. If the business grow into a position that LLM is capable of solving all of our questions, then maybe data scientists will move towards building LLMs, and we will leave our analytics to LLMs to solve. Meanwhile, I still think that healthcare is so special in a way that there are a lot of domain knowledge that you need to know to fully do your job in a way. I personally have a very hard time getting into healthcare because it's just so complicated and a lot of things that I just never heard about. I need to do my own homework. So I am a little bit, I doubt that LM will be able to take over all of the subject matter expertise that we have in a very short time period. There's always, healthcare world is evolving as we're talking. So they'll learn, but do they have the experience that we do? I question that. But I think, well, they'll be pretty good, but maybe not as good as us. So I'm not very concerned that I'll lost my job. But in a nutshell, I just feel like coming from a traditional industry like healthcare, I think the business knowledge that you have is still what separates you and what makes your work like different from a model.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. It's just all about the business expertise. Because I'll say I was part of a discussion yesterday on Gen AI, and we were talking about the future of it. And one of the panelists said, I think in 10 years, SQL's going to be dead, is what she said. And I was like, oh no, I love SQL. But I can kind of understand that, because if you, like my main languages are Python and SQL, and if you write in Python, there's a lot of complexities to it, but SQL like really does what you ask it to. It's a very specific task. And like Gen AI can do that for you, right? And so that's kind of where I see programming languages evolving. And I think that's just natural. Like I think about when I was an undergrad and I was learning these much older programming languages, like from COBOL, like we were using much older programming languages. And for those programming languages, you had to understand like memory management, or you had to like set data types, things like that. And I remember the lecturers focusing on those, and then in application and practice, like we wouldn't use those as much because programming languages got smarter and smarter. And I think that's where all the data science is going too. It's like everything's getting smarter and smarter. The machine's able to do more. And the machine's going to get so good at doing all those like syntax things that at some point it's really just about, are you good on the business side? Like, do you ask the right questions? Can you figure out the really strange use cases? So yeah, I would say I see data science evolving to become less technical, just from my perspective. But I think for the specialists, like there will still need to be people to understand those really technical things, but the majority of people I think will be less technical.
Yeah, I agree with that. As we see the emergence of a lot of no-code technologies, and really the pace of innovation is accelerating as we're putting these tools in the hands of everybody. You don't now necessarily need strong technical programming skills to be able to create something with generative AI. So I think there's that difference. Do you want to be an applier of it? Do you want to be a user of it? Or hey, do you want to be down there creating the next Gen AI model? Then you definitely need to know how to program. But the intersection, I really see this one evolving in an exciting way for the human-machine collaboration. And I'll give some spoilers to kind of what I'm going to talk about in my talk later as well. But this idea of the digital knowledge worker. So how can we basically add intelligence to a process, add automation, and give the person that needs to make the decision the right information at the right time at their fingertips. And now I think with Gen AI, what's emerging is everybody has that expectation, hey, I want to consume that information in a conversational way. I just want to ask my question and get a response. I don't want to go through and look at the data and create my own analysis anymore, right? So I think that's the power, and with that, we see the pace of innovation accelerating. Products are coming out faster and faster, but with that, we have to caution that we do have the human in the loop in the right places for critical decision points, especially like in healthcare. We see you need that nurse in the loop, you need that physician in the loop, and where Gen AI is giving you an input, but that human is still making the final decision. Whereas in other industries, they might be able to push the automation a little bit further, where there's non-critical decisions that are being made, non-life-threatening decisions on the line. We can automate more, and you have the human on the loop. So that's really where they can move into a role of supervising, looking at the metrics. And it's important to make sure you have the right KPIs and metrics in place, that you're monitoring the right things to make sure, hey, this process is improving, it is getting more efficient, it is not adding any unintended bias, right? So how do we train those models to make sure that we're including representative things and have the guardrails in place for in case anything unexpected happens, some type of hallucination out of the ordinary. So really exciting time, I think, even in healthcare. It's not about AI replacing jobs, but I think it is about the people doing the jobs using AI replacing those who are not going to take advantage of this. I don't think this is a phase. This is really disrupting the way we do business, the way we interact with data, our expectations for how we can interact. So it's definitely a game changer.
Well, so over lunch, I trained my own AI on content from this morning's speakers to answer and borrow his answer. So when I look at it, if you recall the slide, I think it was from Harish, LLMs to deep learning to machine learning to AI. So the way I see that intersection is really just layering data science on top of that. It truly is another tool in the toolkit for data scientists, and you really need to understand what are the use cases, what are the applicable use cases, and when should you be applying that. Now, if you look at that overall component piece, right, let's not forget the other components to data science, right? You have that kind of the technical components, math, science, et cetera. You've got the business component. Let's not underestimate the business component. And where's that intersection in the future? I think it's going to shift and highlight, and I think that echoes some of the earlier comments. It's going to shift and highlight to that business component so that you can actually know that you are framing the right problem, solving the right problem with the right tool, and then most importantly, which I think is lacking, is measuring the actual value of that solution.
Yeah, very great and insightful discussions. And due to the time limit, we might just stop here, but we want to have our audience another round of applause to our MSI and audience alumni who joined us